Hello everyone. Today the lecture title is Bangladesh Creating a Political System. I would suggest the students to read William Van Schendel's book A History of Bangladesh, published in 2009, and some of the images in this chapter is taken from William Van Schendel's book from chapter 19, Creating a Political System. As this image shows, it discusses the Bangladesh political system in 8 phases. Number 1, Bangladesh had parliamentary democracy from 1971 to 1975. The dominant political figure during that time was Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The dominant party was Awami League. It was created in 1949. Then in 1975, some changes took place in the administration of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So, number 2, it discusses civilian autocracy, 1975, and the dominant political figure was Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Dominant party was Bakshal, created by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in 1975. In August 15, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated through a military coup d'etat. The third phase, as discussed in this image, was the military autocracy that was from 1975 to 1981. The dominant political figure was Ziaur Rahman. Dominant party was Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP, created by Ziaur Rahman, and Ziaur Rahman was assassinated in 1981. In this slide, William Van Schendel discusses the subsequent political phases of Bangladesh. So, number 4 was military autocracy from 1982 to 1990. The dominant political figure was Hussein Mohammad Ershad. Dominant political party was Jatiyo Party, created by Hussein Mohammad Ershad. But in 1990, through a popular uprising, Ershad was forced to step down. The 5th phase was the parliamentary democracy from 1991 to 1996. The dominant political party at that time was BNP, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and it ended by an election. The 6th phase was the parliamentary democracy, 1996 to 2001. The dominant political figure was Sheikh Hasina. Dominant political party was Awami League, and her rule ended in 2001 by an election. And finally, in this image, Schendel discusses 2 more phases of the political system of Bangladesh. Number 7 was parliamentary democracy from 2001 to 2006. Dominant political figure Khaleda Zia. dominant political party, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and it ended through a takeover by the military backed interim government. Phase 8, the military backed interim government from 2007. So, the phase 9 of Bangladesh political system from 2007 to 2008, there was caretaker government, and phase 10, 2009 onwards, Bangladesh has parliamentary democracy. The current Prime Minister of Bangladesh is Sheikh Hasina, daughter of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the dominant political party is the Awami League. So, the first president of Bangladesh was Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Later, he was the first Prime Minister of Bangladesh. As we have discussed earlier, that in the general election of Pakistan in 1970, Awami League under the leadership of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman won a landslide victory. Though they won the landslide victory, the Pakistani government denied the Bangladeshi people their political rights. They denied the result of the election and they did not hand over power to Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So, after the independence of Bangladesh in 1971, the first leader of Bangladesh was Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. During the time of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, from 1971 to 75, there was development and progress in different sectors of Bangladesh. And as I have discussed, during his time, he opened a new section called Birangona, Brave Women, and that was to address the issues of the vulnerable women, the rape victims during the period of genocide carried by the Pakistani army in Bangladesh. So, after the coup d'etat in August 1975, there was the change of government, as we have discussed, and so Bangladesh was under the military dictatorship for some time under General Ziaur Rahman and later under General Hossein Mohammad Ershad. So there have been developments and changes during the period of President Ziaur Rahman and later under President Hossein Mohammad Ershad. So, President Zia from 1975 to 1990, he introduced changes in economic policies. His rule witnessed economic development. Ziaur Rahman's government handed nationalized enterprises to the former owners, favored the private sectors, and export oriented growth to boost agriculture. Under President Ziaur Rahman's rule, there was this question of identity. The Bengali identity has always been on the main fore. Bengali identity, the question of Bengali identity emerged since 1952 with the language movement, as we have discussed. During the time of President Zia, he introduced some Islamic symbol in political life. He removed secularism from the Bangladesh constitution and inserted Islam in its preamble. As I said, that there has been the question of identity in the political phase of Bangladesh during the military rule of President Hossein Mohammad Ershad, who came to power in 1982. So from 1982 to 1990, during the time of Ershad, there was again an emphasis on Islamic term, and so it was again the Islamic identity, Islamic nationalism, the term Islam in the constitution came to the fore. So in this image, we can see the question of identity, Bengali or Bangladeshis or Muslims, and it started from 1905, again since 1947, and again since 1971, when we see that the leaders under the military rule of President Zia and President Ershad, the concept of identity was given importance, and it was inserted in the constitution. This is the Shere-Bangla National Cricket Stadium, also known as Mirpur Cricket Stadium in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bangladesh is very well known internationally for its cricket and the fabulous cricket players we have in Bangladesh. So going back to the political system of Bangladesh, as I discussed during the military rule of President Ziaur Rahman, the question of identity came to the fore. President Ziaur Rahman removed secularism from the Bangladesh constitution and inserted Islam in its preamble. And President Ershad, during his military rule, he had Islam as a national religion in the constitution. Though from the inception of Bangladesh, since 1971, Bangladesh has taken pride in secularism. So, As we discuss the political phases, I have already discussed the contributions of different leaders during different times. During the time of President Ershad, there was the development known in the districts, and he developed the communications, infrastructure and communication, and during the time of President Ershad, there were development in the rural areas as well. During the rule of Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, there was development in Bangladesh in different sectors. For example, Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, she encouraged private investment, privatizing industry, and her government also focused on improving country's educational system and expanding economic opportunities to women. And now, under the current government, under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, we are witnessing development in different sectors, and I will discuss it in the next segment of this lecture. Thank you.